Long. I got a little traveling to do this evening. Got to go to another church. Not preaching, just got to go support one of my friends. So won't hold you long today at all. Somebody said, "Thank you, Jesus." Turn with me, if you will, to the book of Daniel. Sometimes you just gotta listen to me. Don't help me. That's what Jeffro, Jed Time used to tell Jeffro, don't help me. Y'all have Daniel chapter 6, verse 5. It says, "Then said these men, we shall not find any occasion against this Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his God." Then these presidents and princes assembled together to the king. I got a little ringing up here somewhere, maybe on the monitors. To the king, and said thus unto him, "King Darius, live forever. All the presidents of the kingdom, the governors and the princes, and the counselors and the captains, have consulted together to establish a royal statute, to make a firm decree, that whosoever shall ask a petition of any god or man for 30 days, save of thee, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions." And the church said, amen. I want to take for a thought today, lion survivor. Lion survivor. I guess if you consider the word survivor, in and of itself, it lets you know immediately that you made it. If you have ever been close to or had a close call where you were almost taken out, you can say, if you are hearing me today, that I survived. The enemy is constantly launching attacks and trying to do things that will render you ineffective in either all of your life or in certain areas of your life, because his desire is to kill you. The scriptures say that he cometh but for to steal, kill, and destroy. Each one of those things that were named in their own way becomes a hindrance in your life. But Satan ultimately wants to keep you from believing that God is who he said he is. Here we find that the scripture also says to us that we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but we're wrestling against principalities and powers and the rulers of darkness of this world that are seated in high places. If somebody tells you that the enemy doesn't have any power, obviously they've never been in a fight with him. Because the enemy does have power. Don't underestimate your enemy. That's a gross mistake to underestimate who you are in battle with. But the Bible tells us that God gives us power over. Look at your neighbor and tell him over. Over is a very important word to the believer, because not only does he give us power over all the powers of the enemy, but he says we are overcomers. Amen. If you got somebody that you know that's going under, tell them you're in the wrong position, because God didn't say you're supposed to go under. You're supposed to overcome. Now there will be many attacks you down or would have you to think that you are not going to make it. But how many of you have come to know that sometimes in order to see God, you got to close your eyes and stop looking at what the devil is doing? Because if you keep your eyes on what he's doing, it will minimize and make minuscule in your mind the things of God. But I've come to know that God is not made small because of the size of my problem. But the enemy would have you to think that. Here we find that Peter wrote, he said that one thing you got to do is you got to learn how to humble yourself under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time. I've heard people say that new levels, new devils. I don't say that. It's new level, same devil. Amen. It ain't no special Satan just for you. It's the same devil, the same enemy that has been here ever since man took the fall in the garden. It's the same enemy. He may fashion himself differently. The Bible says that he can even come as an angel of light. But just because he's fashioned differently, is still the same devil. And the same blood still works. Hallelujah, God. Peter went on to say, he said, you got to cast all of your cares upon him being God, because he carried for you. There are times when you are confronted by your adversary to where not only do you think your best friends don't care, but if you're truthful, you'll say, God, how can you let me go through what I'm going through? God, do you care? Anybody ever ask God that? God, do you really care what I'm going through? But Peter says that we can cast all of those cares upon him. But he says that you got to be sober. You got to be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour. He wants to swallow you up. He wants to consume you. He wants you to be rendered ineffective in every area of your life. Listen, he says, whom resist steadfastness in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. We are not alone in this fight against our enemy. We are not alone in the tests and the trials that we go through, because there are even those that have gone on before us. If you look at it in Hebrews, the hall of faith, you will see where it says some did not even accept deliverance. They didn't want to be set free. They were satisfied with knowing that God was going to give them a better place. Hallelujah, God. Hallelujah, God. So we know that we are going to be confronted by an enemy. We know that we have an enemy that is going to do all that he can to subdue you. He's going to do all that he can to shake your faith, to get you to the place to where you don't believe that God is on your side. But how many here today can testify that I know that God is on my side? Thank you, Jesus. Listen now. Here we find in the book of Daniel, and if you know the story of Daniel and the Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, it is that book that gives us what I consider to be tremendous insight as to how God protects those that truly love and serve him. Even when you are not in the best place for you, God will make where you are. He said, I'll make your enemy your footstool. That even when the enemy is all around you, and the enemy may have power, but God says, even in the midst of the enemy, I'm going to let my name be known in your life. How many of you realize that God will drop you off in the middle of a hellhole just so that hell can recognize that heaven is still alive and well? Some of you are on your job. The boss may not like you. Your co-workers may not like you. But God has proven himself that even when they would have fired you, somebody else got fired. They still don't really understand it. But I know what it is now, minister. It's because God said no weapon that is formed against you is going to prosper. He didn't say that they wouldn't be formed, but he said that even when they make them up, that even when they sit up all night long and they plot against you, God says I'll sabotage everything that the enemy is trying to do. Here we find Daniel. Daniel and the other Hebrew boys had made it up in their mind that no matter what, that they were going to serve God. Anybody got a made up mind today? You got to make it up in your mind that for God I'll live and for God I'll die. That I will stay on the Lord's side. In the old church, the saints used to sing a song that I'm a soldier in the army. But I'm not just in the army. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. But they took it one step further. They said that I might not make it out of this battle. But one thing for sure is that I win the war. They said, if I die, let me die in the army of the Lord. Is there anybody in here today that can wave your hands and say, I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord? Somebody say yes, Lord. Here we find Daniel, and what Daniel had done, he had begun to be elevated in the kingdom of there in Nebuchadnezzar, in what was Babylon. He had begun to be elevated. He and the other Hebrew boys, but as they were being elevated, it was making all of the other folk that were of the kindreds, all of the prince, all of those that were captives and presidents, all of the ones that knew that they were born in Babylon, but they were not of Babylon. You see, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were God's children. I wish somebody in here today, first of all, you got to realize who you belong to, and then it doesn't matter what land you're in. Some folks become afraid when they find themselves in a strange place around strange folk. But God says, I'll be with you unto the end of the earth. He said, I'll never leave you and I'll never forsake you. Wherever you go, I'll be right there. Somebody in here today needs to know, don't worry about the devil. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Somebody say, yeah. Here we find that Daniel, the Hebrew boys were sons of God. When I look back at how they started out, they had determined that no matter how bad it got, we are going to stay true to God. How many of you believe if you stay true to God, God will stay true to you? Somebody, you got to y'all hear what I'm saying. If you make it up in your mind, I don't care how they knock me down, I'm going to keep looking to the hills from which cometh my help, because I know where my help comes from. Somebody in here today, I need you to understand that there is a God. He not only sits high and looks low, but if you mess with one of his children, he'll come down. Y'all ain't gonna let me preach today. Somebody say yes, Lord. Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, and Daniel. So they wanted to find a reason to bring up against Daniel. They said, we can't find no occasion. We can't find no fault in him because he's an upright man. You can try to make him lie. He won't lie. You can try to make him gossip. He won't gossip. You can try to make him say something bad about the king. He just won't do it. So if we're going to find occasion against him, we got to find it against him as it pertains to his God. You ought to tell the devil, you getting ready to mess up now. Don't come for my worship. You better not come for my worship. If you come for my worship, you're not picking a fight with me, but you're picking a fight with the God I serve. Somebody say yes, Lord. I preached a message a few years ago. See, they told Daniel that whoever now asked anything 30 days out for not asking the king first, that they're going to throw him in the lion's den. But look at what Daniel did. He went up on his housetop where he would look toward Jerusalem and where he would always pray. Now most folk would have said that Daniel, wait a minute, calm yourself down. Don't be so fanatical. It ain't gonna be no harm in closing your window so they can't see what you're doing. But see, if your worship is real, you can leave the window open. Somebody ought to say yeah. Say yeah. Daniel walked in the room and opened up the window, and he had those devils that were standing around looking to see what he was doing. He was praying and praising and worshiping his God, and now they thought they had it. They thought they had him now. But see, I told you, you can always tell the devil, if you attack my worship, you're going to have a problem. You aren't going to let me preach. You can't do nothing with my worship because I know in whom I believe. I know whom I'm worshiping. I know whom I'm giving worship to. And my Bible tells me that God inhabits the praises of his people. If you want things to go right, when all hell and broke loose, I dare you to praise him. I dare you to worship him. Somebody say it. So here is Daniel. Here is Daniel praying. So what they do, they go to the king. They said, "Oh, King Darius, we found Daniel, and he has broken the law." Now Daniel and the king were real good friends. See, the king had come to realize that out of all of my kindreds, it's something about this Jewish boy. It's something about him that causes him to be different. It's something about his spirit that causes me to know that I got to keep my eye on him, because I know that he serves a God that's mightier than my God. I know that he's got somebody that listens when he prays. Y'all ain't gonna have to preach today, but look at what the king did. When they went to him, they said, "Now you know you can't change the law, because the law is of the Mede and the Persian." What I want somebody to know today is that there might be laws in the land, laws that will negatively impact you. But I found a God in the one that I serve. He'll break man's law just to deliver you. He'll go against the grain. He'll say it might be illegal because they set a law in place, but there ain't no power above the God that I serve. He said, "My thoughts are not your thoughts, and my ways, they are not your ways." Tell somebody, keep on worshiping. Even if they tell you put your hand down, you ought to put both hands in the air and wave them like a jet. Y'all don't let me preach today. Tell somebody, I know in whom I believe. Say yes. Say it. So here is Daniel now. King Darius is upset. He's feeling real bad because he knows that this is a death sentence that they have placed on Daniel. But he can't break his own law because they had tricked him into it. You see, the devil is always trying to be tricky. But see, if you don't play no games with him, don't worry about his tricks. So they put Daniel Daniel in the lion dens. For those that don't know the story, just the mere fact that I told you that they put him in the lion's den, you would say, goodbye, Daniel. It was so nice to know you. It was good to have met you. But it's goodbye, Daniel. But the story don't end there. I said the story don't end there. If I were to check some of you, you'd be just like this man. I see scratches on your back. But the enemy has you in his grip. But you ought to tell your neighbor, he thought he had me, but I got away. Yes. Daniel was in the lion's den. While Daniel was in the lion's den, he's there all night long. And while he's there all night, the king can't sleep. So what the king does is on the next morning, he shows up at the mouth of the cave and he calls out to Daniel. He says, oh, Daniel, has your God delivered you? Listen to Daniel. He's still in there with the lions. See, you can talk big when you know you got a big God. He's still in there with the lions. And Daniel shouts back that my God sent an angel and shut the mouth of the lions. As a matter of fact, I know a few of them by their name. I got to know some of them. One of them let me lay my head on him so I can get a good night's sleep. Tell somebody you can rest in God when you know that you're serving with all of your heart. You will be a lion survivor. Daniel has to his credit that he is a lion survivor. Lions come in many different shape, forms, and fashions. They come in the shape of diseases, come in the shape of depression, come in the shape of all types of ailment, confusion, comes in the shape of no peace in your home. That's a lion that's trying to devour you. But if you know that God can, tell your neighbor, not only can, but he will. When he calls out to Daniel and delivers him, make them get him out of the lion's den. See, let me just talk to you for a minute. If you are overcome with fear, the enemy will take advantage of your fear. Do you hear me? Daniel established from the get-go, I'm not afraid of what the enemy can do to me. He already knew the decree. He already knew the consequences of his actions. But he was determined that if I go out, I'm going out with God, for God. You understand that? You got some folk that'll go out for a lot of crazy stuff. They got folk that'll go out, somebody do a drive-by on your homeboy. They would have did a drive-by on you if they hadn't did a drive-by on him. Now you want to do a drive-by on somebody else because somebody did a drive-by on him. Did y'all get that? In other words, the one you doing the drive-by for would have drove by on you if you hadn't made him mad. But see, God don't just drive by. God stops by. And y'all hear what I'm saying? You got to know what you're willing and what is worthy of you giving your life for. The only thing that is worthy of you giving your life for is when it pertains to the things of God. Now, the Bible says there's no greater love than for a man to lay down his life for a friend. So it's already been established that if somebody is shooting at this sister, and if I jump in front of her and take the bullet, then I'm laying down my life, and I'm doing a godly thing. But it's not a godly thing if she's a hellion, and she's out there raising all sorts of whatever, and then I want to go out there and shoot because she shoot. That's not a reason to lay down your life. If you're going to be a lion survivor, you got to do it God's way. Daniel went into the lion den because of his worship. Are you in trouble for your worship? Or are you in trouble because you gave value to everything that you shouldn't have? Sometimes we give more value to stuff that has no value. We pay more attention to stuff that we shouldn't be paying attention to. But if we would tune in to what God wants us to do, he said that you can't beat in giving. He said, it ain't no way I'm going to let you outdo me. You can't outdo God. And this is what God wanted to show through Daniel to the people that were there in Babylon. You may have them in captivity, but they're mine. You may be on a job with a bad boss, but God will establish you and let them know you may be the boss, but they mine and I'm the boss of bosses. You'll make them, trust me, they'll go back and pull your file and check the record and see you don't have the credentials. But it's too late now because I'm already in the position. See, when they start checking the credentials, then they'll have the nerve to ask you, how you got this job? Or you went to somebody with a master. Tell them I got a BS. Got it in Bible study. Tell them I serve the master. That's who I serve. I serve him. God will advance you. That's what had happened with Daniel and the Hebrew boys. They were being advanced in a kingdom that they were not supposed to advance in. That's what I want you to hear. When you are advancing in a kingdom that you are not supposed to advance is, the lions are coming for you. Do you hear me? Don't be afraid of the lions. They'll try to burn you up. Don't be afraid of the fire. Why do you see just those four being mentioned? Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, and Daniel. There was a whole nation. Listen to me. There's a whole nation that went into captivity. Why are these four are the only ones that are being highlighted? Because they stayed true to their mission. They didn't let the circumstances change them. Too many of us are like chameleons. When they change, ain't gonna be no food. You have to learn that there are times when it is not necessary for you to change. Don't start talking about higher power just because everybody else talking about higher power. No, your higher power has a name. Has a name. And we want to be conformed to the status quo. We're not to conform to the things of this world. When you don't conform, the lions are going to attack. You may even be left with some marks that show that he had you in his grip. But you'll be able to say, I got away. As a matter of fact, if you don't have any marks on you, y'all remember Jesus? Don't we see some marks when the lion had him in his grip? But what happened on the third day? Now, he didn't just rise. He rose and said, all power. I'm going to show you something and I'm done. When the Hebrew boys came out of the fiery furnace, that's a lion on fire. What happened? Y'all read the book, don't you? When no smoke on them, but what happened? Were not they given a promotion? How you get a promotion when they just tried to kill you? What happened with Daniel? When they took him out of the lion's den, they took the same folks and they folks that was trying to do him in and did what with them? You better talk to your God and see if your God will do for you what Daniel God did for him, because it's your turn to spend the night. God said that with the same temptation that he will provide you a way of escape. He said that I'm going to use the same thing that they tried to take you out with, and I'm going to take them out with that. There are some tricks that the enemy have used. If you handle yourself right, you won't have to deal with that anymore, because they'll have been consumed by their own life. You understand that? When the enemy comes upon you, even if it's sickness in your body, and you get a grasp on healing, and by his stripes you will heal, maybe your cancer ain't in remission, it's gone. It's gone. See, remission is to leave you with a threat that I might come back. But you can tell it that, no, you can't come back, because God said you can't come back. I'm a lying survivor. You may have had me in your grips. You may have had your teeth on me. But I got away. I was watching a show the other day. It was two lions were fighting. And they were talking about the way that how powerful the lions are. They say in Tanzania that there are over 250 people killed a year by lion attacks. But this was two lions fighting. Two massive beasts going at each other. And just to see how ravishness they were, how vicious they were. They said that their teeth behind their canines, they're like behind their fangs in the front, said they're like razor sharp, and when they bite, that they can just penetrate and cut through to the bone. Say that their claws are 1.5 inches long, razor sharp, and when they grab, they're like fish hooks. They'll turn in, so that basically whatever they get a hold of is not supposed to get away. Not only that, that lions are the only cats that stay in groups. That they're group hunters. They come at you more than one at a time. Isn't that how your problems are sometimes? Seems like you're being hunted by a pack. Seems like one thing happened, then another thing happened. Maybe it's nothing but the lions. But God says that you already know who the lion is. You know what he's trying to do in your life. If he gets a fang in you, I'll break it off. If he puts his mouth on you, I'll make it. All y'all don't hear what I'm saying. God said he can't consume you because you will become a fire in his mouth. You've got to learn how to give God glory in all things. There may be somebody here today, and you know that you've been under a vicious attack by the enemy, and you know that God has been speaking to you through his message, and now you got a better understanding of the attack. But God told me to let you know today that you are not just under attack, but you are a survivor. You are a lion.